The European, British and Commonwealth Bantamweight title fight is up next. Our MC is Gary Logan.
Ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome back to the Doncaster Dome here in South Yorkshire. Please welcome to the ring, first of all, Stuart Hall.
Into the Lion's Den walks Stuart Hall, owner of a Lonsdale belt. He said when he took up boxing professionally at the late age of 28 that was his dream. Well, the dream could get even better if he can walk out of this ring in Doncaster with 3 belts, adding Commonwealth and European crowns to his collection. He comes in full of confidence, full of self-belief. Brought quite a cheerleader section with him. They've got this crowd segregated almost like a football crowd. The main auditorium is full of Jamie McDonnell fans, but there's a big balcony that is packed to the rafters, and they've all come down the A1 from Darlington.
And now, 5 fans, please welcome to the ring, Jamie McDonnell.
Just listen to that ovation for the local hero, Jamie McDonnell, the European champion. There was some talk that he thought this might be a backward step. That was interpreted by some as saying he didn't fancy Stuart Hall. What he meant, of course, was that this guy has got his height set on possible world honours. Well, sometimes you have to take 1 step back to take 2 steps forward. And if he can go to the bargaining table with 3 belts, who knows, there might be a world title on the horizon for Jamie McDonnell. He's had a couple of terrific European nights in his hometown. Is this going to be another one? And as everybody said, this is a real pick 'em fight. You can make a great case for McDonnell, then you can turn your attention to Hall and make an equally good case for him. If it's technique, it's McDonnell. If it's power, it's Hall. Let's take a look at the tail of the tape. Ironically, it's Hall as the older man, but he's not as ring-worn. He started just 3 years ago. They're both pretty tall. McDonnell may even be a little bit taller than that. They both came in dead on 8 stone 6. Reach, not an awful lot in it. Very, very evenly matched. Hall made his debut, of course, 3 years after McDonnell. McDonnell's been a lot busier. Hall yet to go 12 rounds, but look at the KO percentage for Stuart Hall, 58%. You could argue he hasn't met any high caliber opponents. This is how the bookies see it. Well, they don't like a draw, 22-1. That's good money. Hall has drifted out to evens. I saw him as an odds-on favourite earlier. McDonnell 5-6, but that really gives you an indication of just how close this one is. Good odds on a KO. The bookies can see this one going all the way, but they, like the rest of us, are reluctant to pick a winner.
This contest is sanctioned by the British Boxing Board of Control, your Commonwealth Council and the European Boxing Union. Jeff Bolter is both your steward in charge and your Commonwealth Supervisor, and Charlie Giles is your European Boxing Union Supervisor. Your medical supervisor is Dr. Sahu, and your timekeeper will be Colin Roberts. The judges appointed for this contest at ringside are Phil Edwards of Preston, Howard Foster of Doncaster and John Keane of Wellingborough. At the bell, the 3rd man in the ring will be your referee, Ian John Lewis from Gillingham. This contest is presented to you by Frank Maloney in association with Dennis Hobson. The proud sponsors of this contest are CYC, Southwark Metals, Red Square Vodka and BBE Britannia Boxing. And now, fight fans, live and exclusive on Sky Sports HD, Fight Night presents your main event. 12 3-minute rounds of boxing for the British, Commonwealth and European Introducing firstly in the blue corner, wearing the black trunks with grey and silver trim. He fights out of Darlington and weighs in on the championship limit of 8 stone 6 pounds. He enters the ring with an undefeated 11-win record. 7 of those 11 wins have come by way of knockout against a single draw. He enters the ring tonight as your reigning British bantamweight champion. Please welcome Stuart Hall. We go across the ring to his opponents in the blue corner, wearing his silver trunks with purple trim. He fights out of Doncaster and also weighs in on the championship limit of 8 stone 6 pounds. He enters the ring with 17 wins, 7 of those wins coming by way of knockout against only 2 defeats and a single draw. Tonight he enters the ring as your reigning Commonwealth and European bantamweight champion. Please welcome Jamie McDonnell. This is 12 3-minute rounds of boxing. Boxers to ring centre, please.
Boxers, I'm the referee. I suppose you're both in the dressing room. Obey my command at all times. You both know the rules. Watch the heads, kick the punches up. When I shout break, you break clean. And remember, to defend yourself at all times, shake hands.
Well, this is keenly anticipated, isn't it? The first time since 1960 that all 3 of these belts have been on the line. Back then in Belfast, Freddie Gilroy beat Billy Rafferty. What are we going to see here? If it's power you want, there's your man, Stuart Hall. If it's technique and speed, Jamie McDonnell is your man. If it's experience, this fella gets the edge. If it's hunger, well, you never know. Stuart Hall might just have the edge as well. And fascinatingly, both of them are absolutely 100% convinced that they cannot lose this fight. Well, somebody's going to be disappointed tonight. Which one will it be?
No, this is a terrific battle. We've been speaking about this all through last season. We knew these guys were on a collision course, both been in tremendous battles, so we really expect a classic tonight. And it started off at a pace. Nice little jab from McDonnell. Good left hook from McDonnell. Not much difference in their height, but I think McDonnell uses his height a little bit more than Hall. He stands taller and uses the full length of his jab, whereas Hall likes to get a little bit closer to get his punches off, and that might be a problem for Hall.
Both these guys, of course, have beaten Ian Napper. McDonnell considered by many fortunate to get the decision over Napper for the British title, and then Hall just more or less wore him down as he retired with heat exhaustion, and Hall has landed a decent right hand, and that got everybody excited. Has made the trip down from Darlington. Well, listening to Ian Napper, who's been in with both these fellas, and he couldn't pick a winner. It really is that kind of fight.
Well, that was a crisp little right hand from Hall, and it had an effect on McDonnell. McDonnell was hurt in the early rounds against Jamoy as well. There's nothing wrong with his chin, and due to his fitness, that one caught him high, but due to his fitness he throws the effects. So, real hot start to this one. Alright, right hand again from Hall.
And that forced a backward step. McDonnell felt that one. But then landed a decent little left hook himself, and it's off to a fast start. And the Hall camp will be very encouraged that a couple of big shots have landed already. Hall well out of range there. McDonnell looks to try and use that speed. But Hall was saying he doesn't respect, maybe that's not quite the word, but he doesn't fear McDonnell's power. And that he can walk right through anything McDonnell's got to give him, and that he'll cut him down and slowly wear him down.
A good right hand from McDonnell. I mean, Hall has landed the punches you remember in the opening round, but it hasn't landed an awful lot of them, not much to split them. As McDonnell just been a little bit busier at that long range with the jab. There he goes again with the jab. Hall wants to get close. I don't feel he got close often enough in the opener. But close round, as we would expect.
Right on the bell from Jamie McDonnell. Lovely uppercut.
Between the movement, right? Speed's the key. Keep stepping to your right a bit more. Yeah? Remember, throw that jab out, then mix it up. 1-2, 1-2. There's no need to engage him all the time. Keep it moving and pick him up. It'll grind him down at end, Jamie.
It's a breaking up job, this, Jay. It's a breaking up job. You're listening? Keep that going. Listen to what he's saying.
He's going to come out and push it a bit harder now.
Keep that speed. It's a move.
You put that in.
Brilliant work.
Well, they're saying in the McDonnell corner, speed is the key here.
Yep, they're very quick at long range. That was the right hand. We saw the immediate reaction, which it was immediately forced on to the defensive, and that's what we don't see an awful lot of from Stuart Hall, the body shots, whereas McDonnell throws a lot of body punches.
Round 2 of this 12-rounder with 3 titles on the line. Well, let's see if there's been any movement in the field. Well, Hall has come in just a little bit after that first round. But no significant movement in the market.
You know, McDonnell is good. He's committing himself with the jab, but if the jab misses, he's pulling that chin straight back again. So his concentration is good. He's trying to make full use of that left jab. He's slightly out of range with most of them in this round.
Good combination again from McDonnell. He drew Hall in. And Hall soaked it up.
See, I think Hall is trying to get his feet close to land the strong punches, where maybe he should be thinking of just finding the target. Do not be outworked, because there's always that danger. That's that right hand again.
Yeah, that one got through. Good shots again from Hall. McDonnell responding, but I'm not sure that McDonnell wants to be taking too many more of these right hands.
Yeah, McDonnell a little bit more reckless in the second round here, still using the jab well.
Well, very, very early days, Jim, but from what we've seen so far, they're both there to be hit. And on that basis, you might just start to lean towards Hall, as he's the bigger puncher of the two.
Yeah, but I think McDonnell's still using the range well. They're just keeping himself on the edge of range. But good stuff here again from Hall. A solid look about his work in this round. Another round so far. Not easy to split them in the first couple of minutes. Maybe a lot of McDonnell's work a little bit out of range. Raising the tempo now, Hall, threatening, forcing, making McDonnell work, making him move.
And this is what Hall said he wanted. He wanted to be able to walk through and determine the tempo, dictate the pace. And Mike Marsden, Stuart Hall's trainer, was saying, we haven't done anything different for this fight. We have prepared Stuart Hall as we always would. They don't feel that they've needed to make any significant adjustment for the threat that McDonnell brings.
McDonnell's still looking just a little bit quicker than Hall, but I think a big percentage of his punches in this round have been a little bit out of range.
Well, it's ebbing and flowing, isn't it? It really is. Everything we were hoping it would be so far. Well, the lady in white, appropriately enough, Emma Louise Hall, that's Stuart Hall's fiancée. They're off on a plane to Mauritius tomorrow, whatever the result here, and they're going to get married when they're out there as well. So our best wishes to the happy couple. Will they be celebrating by counting their belts?
Round 3.
Round 3 of this bantamweight battle. 3 belts on the line. British, Commonwealth, European. McDonnell has a top 10 ranking with the WBC as well. If Hall can take his belts, he may well be able to take that ranking as well and put himself in line for a potential world shot somewhere down the road. But first, business is business, and Hall is unloading.
Yeah, Hall is the one who's happier to be there. McDonnell looking to spoil a little bit to get himself out of there. Big punches exchanged from both men then. A good response from McDonnell.
It's a great response. But how much power has he got though, McDonnell? Can he force Hall backwards? If Hall can take these shots, that's not a good sign for McDonnell, because he landed a couple of beauties there.
Yeah, but Hall trying to bring that right hand into play as often as he possibly can now. Looking for the power.
Decent response from McDonnell. It's been a little battle so far that you think one guy is starting to get on top, and the moment you think that, the other guy comes back with something. There's just nothing to choose between them as this battle goes on between them. Hall looking to establish his power, McDonnell looking to work with his speed, and neither man can take control of this one.
McDonnell losing his balance a little bit as he throws the jab there, falling into it. Hall keeping his boxing together nice and tightly.
Getting through again. When they do exchange, it's Hall that's coming off the better.
Yep, another nice little exchange with a better work, as you say, coming from Hall. See, he's getting into range there now. He's getting a little bit closer, and the short punches are finding the target.
That's better from McDonnell, getting out of range, but struggling to find anything from Hall. The crowd goes crazy, but most of that work was wasted.
Yep, McDonnell responding then because he was forced to do. But some good work here from Stuart Hall.
That one connected, big right hand. But again, nothing seems to have shaken Hall in the slightest so far.
No, he's not been able to stop that march forward in this round of Stuart Hall. He's looked impressive. Another round with not an awful lot to split them punch-wise, but I've liked the work of Hall for most of it. Good response there from McDonnell.
When he comes rushing at you, just tuck up in the 1-2, okay? But keep working the body. Keep working the body and head and coming up to a middle. He's offering himself like that, whack him up middle. Alright? Back on your jab as well, back on your jab. He started off the round behind the jab, then forgot it. 2. When he comes.
Mike Marston issuing his words.
Bang.
Yeah, we're both landing punches there. But Hall was the one who wanted to pick it up again, stay there, whereas McDonnell was quite happy to get himself out of there. A good solid right hand. Maybe the better quality shots in that round coming from Stuart Hall.
Round 4. This one is flying by, as we thought it would. The exchange of jabs. Both of them still trying to establish authority in there, and neither man getting it. But Hall is now starting to shorten in the market. The punters like what they see of the underdog here. Or underdog only marginally anyway.
I wonder if the fact that McDonnell doesn't have the power to keep Hall away, will that be a factor in this? Because it really is a march forward for Hall. Let the punches go again.
And Hall, you get the impression, is the kind of fighter that would just go all night.
McDonnell's punches just falling short again there.
And Hall getting through again. Yeah, because McDonnell's got a problem. He doesn't want to get in too close because he runs the risk of getting caught. And as you say, because of that, he's out of range.
I think there's a solid look about Stuart Hall at the moment. This is the kind of fight we were dreaming about. That was good. Oh, he's been one for a low shot.
But he got a lovely little right uppercut in there as well, McDonnell. This is a good little spell.
Yeah, but he's taking punches as he comes. I mean, this is nip and tuck again.
Ironic cheers there as Hall missed by a country mile. Caught him again. Nice little right cross. And he's landing some decent shots in, McDonnell, and Hall needs a response because this is a much better little spell for the European and Commonwealth champion.
McDonnell has really been forced to work at the moment. He's doing it, but he's been forced to do that. I wonder if the heat will be a factor tonight as well.
Well, it certainly was when Hall beat Ian Napper. It was a sweltering night. Hall withstood that very easily. He seemed to.
Well, McDonnell getting the jab working now. Stuart Hall has just slowed down a little bit here in the last minute of this round.
Been a decent round for McDonnell. Really has landed pretty well.
Yeah, but he's keeping on the move, so he's not really taking anything cleanly. A good jab from him.
I bet the odds have switched again after this round. It really is that kind of fight, isn't it? It's just seesawing one way, then the other.
Yeah, McDonnell using the jab well now. Stuart Hall has just stepped up, not the same intensity in the last half of this round. McDonnell finding the space and a little bit of time
And Hall
just to
missing
keep on the
widely.
move. Good stuff.
McDonnell's best round by far, and these fans know it.
Yeah, with a body shot then you did now. Alright. Back onto your jab and right. Don't start forcing it, okay? On back, a bit more work up you now, okay? Stay 1-2 and then up the middle. Okay.
You can move out.
Jamie, when you come downstairs, keep tight and into it right hand.
Right, get breathing there, get breathing there.
Well, for the first time in this fight, we saw one boxer manage to get a bit of authority over the other one. That was a good round for Jamie McDonnell.
Yep, and he was forced to work all the way through, but what a response. I wonder if the fact that he has ground a couple of victories out over the 12-round distance, which Stuart Hall has never done, if that will also be a factor. But what a cracking fight this is.
It really is. Yeah, McDonnell has had a couple of toughies. Ian Napper wasn't easy. A lot of people didn't think he deserved the decision anyway. Well, that's in the books, so it's academic. And then Stefan Jamoy, the Belgian, rocked him more than once. So he's weathered a few storms. And now the onus is on Hall to find a response.
I think Hall should be throwing your punches, 2s and 3s, single punches. Not really going to impress too much. McDonnell always looks busy. He's won a couple of important fights on his work rate that impresses the judges. So Hall maybe is going to have to put punches out in combinations. Admire the will to win that these guys are showing here. They're giving it everything this early in the fight. Good defensive work from McDonnell, but still under pressure.
Hall keeps him on the ropes, won't let him out of the Hall corner. And this is a good spell of pressure from Stuart Hall. His game plan isn't changing. McDonnell is trying to box his way out of trouble. And he's going to have to do this for 12 rounds because this is Stuart Hall's game plan. They are both landing some solid shots.
Yep, Hall no success when he puts punches together. He's not landing with the single jabs.
Well, this this is why you bring in sparring partners. If you're Jamie McDonnell, you bring in guys like James Ancliffe, the tough Scotsman who just comes forward all the time. They knew what they were getting with Stuart Hall and sparred accordingly. And here comes Hall again.
Yeah, but Hall has the solid look back again. Good right hand from him. Yep, this is where he wants McDonnell. He wants to pin him and force him to exchange punches. Nice tight defence from Hall. Oh, this is really tremendous action.
Great response from McDonnell. And catching him with a nice little left uppercut there as well.
I think Hall felt a body shot there. So I'm pulling the elbow down. Yep, he's still tightening up, doesn't want another one.
Well, it's not often you see Hall taking a backward step, and he was forced into it. This is another good spell and another strong finish from the European champion. Great round, really good stuff. Ed Robinson and Spencer Oliver, I know, watching this. Guys, what are you seeing?
Really exciting. Spencer, how are you scoring it, first of all?
First of all, Ed, what a contest and what an exciting start to the season. This fight really is all in the balance. I've got Hall 3-2 up at the moment. I'm going for quantity rather than quality. McDonnell's the one doing all the work, slipping and sliding, but just out of range for me. And there's a real solid look about Hall, and for me, that's just stealing it.
It's difficult to judge some of the rounds, though.
Well, Ed, they really are that tight, aren't they? That's what I said to you. McDonnell's the one of the busier of the two. Hall's the one with the solid look. I mean, as I said, this fight is in the balance, and I think there's a lot more chapters to go.
Hall's never been 12 rounds before.
No, he hasn't, but he still looks very strong. He's not wasting any energy at all. McDonnell's doing a lot of work in there. This is going to be very interesting.
Thanks, Spencer.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Very interesting indeed. Spencer has Hall with his nose in front. McDonnell's had a good couple of last two rounds, so I'm sure there are people sitting at home thinking McDonnell's edged in front. So here we are, getting to the halfway point of a fight that was 50-50 on paper, and there's still almost nothing to separate them.
Well, I can't split them. I have 2 rounds apiece with the last round. Even I couldn't split them the last round. Some good solid punches also from McDonnell, good body stuff from him. So you just wonder if one of these guys is going to start thinking, I'm going to have to drop the pace down a little bit here, I can't do this for 12. If that happens, I don't expect it to be McDonnell. Getting the jab off McDonnell.
Yeah, he's landing first, throwing more punches as well, as Hall's looking to unload with the big right hands. That's back to what you were saying earlier, Jim, that you'd like to see more combination work from Stuart Hall.
Yeah, but I think McDonnell's too quick on his feet, too sharp to pin the single punches. You're going to have to be prepared to miss with a couple, put them together. So I mean, it's constant movement from McDonnell. Uses up a lot of steam, but at the same time he's difficult to pin with solid punches.
Growing in confidence, you get the sense here, Jamie McDonnell, as we're waiting for round 6 to really catch fire. To cage you on this, they're both really having to think about things here.
A bit of threatening going on here, as opposed to producing. McDonnell getting a few of the long jabs home, but not an awful lot of clean punches landed so far in this one.
Well, it's a real thinking fight now as much as anything, isn't it? Because they really are in many ways cancelling each other out and adjusting on the fly.
Well, Hall's coming forward still, but we're not seeing that intensity that we saw in a couple of the previous rounds. McDonnell having plenty of time, he still seems happy on the move. Nice little bust there from Hall.
You always get the feeling though that one big shot from Hall could slow McDonnell right down, and then we've got a very different fight. But to get that, he's got A, throw, and then B, land. He just threw some punches there that connected with nothing, and he has missed with a lot of shots, Stuart Hall. And just a little sense here that McDonnell is starting to grow in confidence. He's taken some decent Hall shots.
He's taking in that McDonnell, yep.
And he's starting to fancy it a little bit. And if he does, Hall is in a bit of trouble. Moving very well around the ring Jamie McDonnell. Hall looking a little bit one-paced.
All right.
Relax and box and make that.
Get a big blow. Come on, mate. We're in a championship fight here. Come on. Big blow. Don't force it. You can't jab. You can't over the top. You hit into body. You aren't forcing it, mate.
Tap jab like that. Speed jab.
You know,
speed jab.
When you
McDonnell landing more. Hall throwing an awful lot, but just not landing.
But what a tremendous battle this is. Every bit as good as we reckoned it would be. I just felt in that round McDonnell just dug in a little bit more, stayed with Hall, which he hasn't always been doing. So the first signs of Hall, some of Hall's punches looked a little bit tired in that round.
And look at that, that is a shift in the market. McDonnell has come in and Hall has drifted out. And I must admit, you get the sense the last 2 or 3 rounds that McDonnell is starting to find his range a little bit. And I bet you anything, if we ask Spencer Oliver for his assessment now, he might have changed it a little bit. Jim knows it's close as well, because nobody's running away with this one. But Jim, I think your scorecard reflects what we've seen in the last 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah, but I have McDonnell 1 point. I'm keeping in mind I couldn't split them in the 5th. So it could be wider or it could be closer if the referees found a winner of that round. But I just feel that McDonnell looks the more comfortable of the two. Hall forcing for his good shot from McDonnell, and he knows it.
Yeah, he caught him off balance, but Hall responds. If there's one thing we know for certain, McDonnell is not going to take Stuart Hall out with a single punch. He will have to wear him down if he wants the stoppage. That's the way to do it.
Amazed at the movement, and McDonnell is just never still for a second. He's all over the place, which is causing problems for Hall to pin him with the powerful shots. That one was low yet, and McDonnell showing out to that and then getting on with business. Both landing big shots, but I think the better one was from Hall.
And Hall needs a real good spell here to get himself back into this. But he's not able to stay on top of McDonnell, is he? Hall's still coming forward, but he's chasing a little bit now. And he's out of range as well. Good body shot, that digging right hand from McDonnell.
Yeah, I think of the two, Hall is maybe the one who's slowed down a little bit. Maybe not the same venom in his work that we were seeing. McDonnell keeping it busy, another round, not a lot to split them punch-wise. But Stuart Hall kind of forcing, trying to get himself into range to throw effective punches.
I think the real big unknown going into this fight, Jim, was could Jamie McDonnell take a Stuart Hall shot? Because Hall is a big hitter, everybody knows that. All his British title fights have finished inside the distance. And the first couple of rounds he landed a few, and here he is landing a few more now, McDonnell, but Hall landed a few and McDonnell took them, and I think that made his confidence grow. He thought, I can take this.
I think McDonnell's defence was good then. He was slipping, sliding, blocking. I like McDonnell again so far in this round. He's just putting so much into this. He's given that little bit extra of himself.
Well, in the battle of technique versus power, the balance of power is tilting clearly towards Jamie McDonnell now. But when you've got the kind of punch that Stuart Hall's got, things can change very quickly. Is he edging ahead, you wonder?
Yeah. Don't blame it for the just got to move off it, yeah?
Yeah, the body shots have really been coming in from McDonnell these last 2 or 3 rounds.
And I tell you, in the summer weather and in this kind of battle, body punches can have a big input in who comes out on top here. They're so energy sapping.
I wonder what's happening in Stuart Hall's mind at the moment, because his mindset was...
He's just been told they need a big round, so they know things are maybe slipped away from a little bit. In the last couple of rounds he's been outworked. Some of his own work is just looking a little bit jaded.
And if you're Stuart Hall, your game plan was to wear Jamie McDonnell down, and that is not happening. And I wonder if there's a few seeds of doubt have crept into the minds of the British champion. But the longer this fight is going, the more McDonnell looks comfortable. And Hall can't win if McDonnell is comfortable.
See, I think Hall has come in with a plan of hurting McDonnell. And that's never good because you can be outworked when you're looking for big punches all the while. You're showing too much patience, throwing single shots. Oh, really missing badly there, Stuart Hall.
But before you give up on Stuart Hall, don't forget he was trailing to Ian Napper. And Napper had to heat exhaustion, it was officially cited as, but Paul would say he wore him down.
But do you know what? Seeing the couple of hard 12-rounders that Jamie McDonnell has come through, he's taken over in the later stages. He hasn't been ahead and clung on by the skin of his teeth. He has tremendous natural stamina, and he is looking the more comfortable of the two at the moment. He was the one who answered there. He was the one who stepped right back up to the plate. And the other rounds, it was Hall who was doing that.
I was just about to say, Jim, that was a big right hand Stuart Hall landed, and McDonnell responded immediately. It's a beautiful uppercut in there as well. And a nice right cross as well, and he's giving him a bit of a lesson here. And Hall is forced backwards, and a bit of bravado sinks in. The Hall right now is getting outboxed, and McDonnell knows it.
You know, I was saying maybe a little bit harsh with McDonnell. His performances in the past have been good but not world class. But I tell you, that was an impressive little burst we saw there from him. And the way he's producing at such an important stage in the fight, you know, bodes well for the future. This is a great performance in this round for McDonnell, showing everything.
And Hall's getting ragged. Punches missing a long, long way now. Some crude swings.
No, but I think the snap and the venom has left Hall's work, which is a big problem, because as I've said a couple of seconds ago, this guy is terrific, McDonnell, over the 12-round distance.
No question that the better work is coming again. A right hook to the body from McDonnell, and Hall just missing and missing and missing.
See, that's the sensible tactics too for McDonnell. He probably feels he's done enough to win the round. Now he's just making them miss, not doing anything stupid, then fighting in little bursts. That's what quality fighters do, they fight in little bursts, and that's what he's done in this round.
They can throw the odds at us now, Jim. I bet you see a big, big swing in the market.
Hall has hit so much fresh air in this round. He's just lost his method, he's lost his plan, lost his composure. The solid look that I commented on earlier is not there.
Oh, another beauty right on the bell. And McDonnell with a little grimace as if to say, I've taken the best you've got, and if that's all you've got, you're in trouble.
Keep jabbing. You've got to keep jabbing.
And this guy
not
is
resting.
in trouble.
Okay, get a blow. Come on, we're championship, come on. Alright? Don't rest behind the jab. When you jab, rest behind the jab. Okay?
You need to get that speed jab, so he can't settle.
Don't let him shoot. You're loading too much, mate. Just relax and he'll come. Behind the jab and then 1-2.
Pulling away with punches landed. Much more economical, much more successful. And they always say that when you throw punches and miss against a moving opponent, that it just wears you down mentally as much as anything.
Yeah, but it wears you down physically and mentally. It dents your confidence. But there has been a tired look about some of Stuart Hall's punches in the previous round and the round before that. Whereas McDonnell always again in phenomenal. Look at him, he's bouncing on his feet at the moment. Can't wait to come out for the next round.
At the moment, it doesn't look like Jamie McDonnell's going to be handing over his European and Commonwealth belts as a wedding present, and the odds have dramatically shifted. McDonnell now 8-1 on, and Hall a rank outsider at 9-2.
A complete change in the plot. McDonnell is now the one who's happy to exchange, but doesn't mind going defensive as he's doing now. Good uppercut from Hall. He knows he needs a big round, he's going for it.
Yeah, he's got to go for broke. He's got to find something that will just slow this guy down. Otherwise he's not going to get these titles. Now can he find something?
Well, if Stuart Hall feels he doesn't have enough in the tank to do this, keep this pace going for 12 rounds, give it everything for 1 or 2 rounds, and you can maybe force the finish. If you think you can do the 12 rounds and claw back the deficit, fine. If not, go for broke.
Now, McDonnell might be confident, but he's got to be careful. One slip against a puncher like Stuart Hall can turn everything around.
McDonnell just going to sleep a little bit here.
Yeah, but look at Hall, Jim. He's the guy that needs to find the work rate. He's not going through the gears.
Yeah, he has to raise the pace, raise the tempo, just really go for broke.
That
Good
right hand got through. And he's got to follow it up. But McDonnell clever. Showed his defensive work, tied him up. That was a bit slappy. That wasn't not a good right hand. Now a few more of those and things could get interesting.
I think McDonnell has coasted a little bit in this round, and it's far too early to be thinking about doing that.
Good response.
Hall's landing some punches, but no effect whatsoever on McDonnell.
And that's the worry if you're Stuart Hall, because if you hit him with your good stuff, you haven't got anywhere else to go. Stuart Hall is not going to outbox Jamie McDonnell. McDonnell, certainly as far as we're concerned, pretty much in control now. Spencer, did you put a little jinx there on Stuart Hall, and have you changed your opinion a little bit? I wonder. Spencer's with Ed.
Well, Spencer, how are you scoring it now?
Well, now I've got McDonnell just pulling away now, couple up. He's dipping, slipping and sliding inside, and it's just the busier of the two at the moment, and the better work coming from McDonnell. He's still seeing some quality from Hall, but not enough of it.
Stuart Hall seemed to tire, but can he get a second win down the stretch?
Well, he seemed to try there in that round, didn't he? He tried to pick it up, but McDonnell went with him. You've got to remember, McDonnell's the one with the experience over 12 rounds. He knows how to do the distance. The fitness is so good. We've seen him do the 12 rounds. All the questions there on Stewie Hall. Can he go with McDonnell? At the moment, McDonnell a couple up for me.
How do you see it going from here?
Well, I just think that McDonnell's going to use his experience. He looks more comfortable over the 12-round distance, so I'm going to lean towards McDonnell now.
Thank you, Spencer.
Yeah, thanks guys, good point from Spencer. Stuart Hall does not have that reservoir of experience to draw on. Jamie McDonnell went into the other guy's backyard and won the European belt. Bit of a surprise against Jerome Arnould, who was no mug. Been in with Vladimir Sidorenko and fought for a world title. So if it's experience you fancy, well, you've got to fancy McDonnell, who now has opened up a little bit of daylight.
Yeah, well, I've got McDonnell still a couple of points up. I thought Hall produced in the last round. I think he knew he had to have a big round and he went for it. We'll see if he can sustain it or not. He's going for it again.
He's got to, and he's got to try and keep this pace going as well. A slip, there wasn't even a push. Hall was just caught as he was coming in.
Well, if McDonnell is going to stay on the move, he has to produce good quality when he stops to throw the punches. I don't think he did that in the last round. So maybe a little lifting quality is required from him. Oh, good punch.
Oh, another big right hand from Hall, but McDonnell absorbed it. And that was a low one.
Oh, good stuff from
Beauty
McDonnell
again, that uppercut. More variety, more range, more flow from McDonnell, but still, every so often, the howitzer right hand from Hall. And that's keeping this very interesting.
But Hall is trying to pick punches at the moment when really he should be imposing himself on McDonnell. He's standing off and trying to pick nice punches. Not at this stage in the fight. He has to go for it, raise the intensity here.
keep up that momentum. Started out this round fast, gets another good right hand in, but again, look at the response from McDonnell. And that's got to be a heartbreaker for Stuart Hall. He landed a really good right hand and took 4 back.
See, that's what you remember. Who is having the last word in the exchanges? Although McDonnell's still on the move, but he's raised the quality of his work when he lets the punches go.
Good left to the body from Hall. Not seen an awful lot of body work from Stuart Hall. Got a bit late in the day for that.
Well, Hall has looked a little bit livelier. I don't think he's winning the round, but he's looking a little bit stronger, a little bit more comfortable. But still looking for single shots too often. A lovely work coming back from McDonnell.
Yeah, he's still boxing pretty much within himself, Jamie McDonnell. Every so often Hall catches him, but the response every time is very positive. And again, Stuart Hall goes back and his head almost dropped there. A little bit of frustration perhaps, as he's putting everything he can into it, and he just cannot impose himself on this fight.
Keep picking your left hand up. Nice.
Tremendous. Both exchanging punches earlier on in the fight. McDonnell with the woman stepping back, but you see the difference. It was Stuart Hall who was knocked onto their heels in that little exchange. Good work again. The body work. McDonnell's body work has been better than Hall's all the way through, and you can see the way Hall pulling those elbows in. He knows what's coming, and he doesn't fancy what's coming. Tremendous battle, non-stop action, and hardly a clinch.
Don't go jumping on the shots. Don't force it. Nice boxing.
Mike Marsden trying to find something as Stuart Hall goes into unknown territory. We always feel it's never been an issue with Stuart Hall. This is a guy who is very well conditioned, tough as tungsten, and he could go all night. But officially never past 10, so new territory for Stuart Hall. And as we said, McDonnell has been battle hardened at a higher level, so I don't think these last 2 rounds should hold any terrors for him. I believe it's round 11. This one's flown by.
Now McDonnell timing the jab nicely at the start of this round. Hall still trying to pick nice punches from long range, and that's not what's required now. Now it's a case of imposing himself and just trying to take the play, hurt McDonnell, dent his confidence. Good right hand from him.
Good right hand, McDonnell again. Hall just a little one-paced, a little bit straight lines now. An awful lot of movement coming from him, and McDonnell's still really busy. Such a tough target to hit. No wonder it's been a frustrating night for Stuart Hall.
I mean, this has been an amazing pace. This fight's been fought at. Tremendous. It's just been non-stop. Not, as I say, not a single clinch. We could have done this without a referee almost.
Yeah, we haven't noticed Ian John Lewis. A couple of low blows, both of which were accidental, and neither man was bothered. Very good battle, and long right hand lands from McDonnell. And the noise is coming from the McDonnell supporters. The balcony seats are pretty quiet right now. But that got him going. That right hand woke things up.
Well, that's what's required. He's got to jump on McDonnell. It's no good standing off. Not a time for cute boxing. It's time for the macho stuff. Just give it everything.
Yeah, the single shot has got to be followed up with a bombardment, and never mind if a few miss. He's got to keep the pressure up and hope that McDonnell just folds. Well, he's trying to find something here, Hall, but McDonnell, again, as he has all night long, responds.
Big effort here from Hall in the last half minute. Another tremendous, another round, so difficult to split them.
Last few
Hall
seconds
giving everything
of round 11, and Hall really is giving it some. But McDonnell looks like he's in control, as he has done for most of the second half of this fight. But my goodness me, this one really has lived up to its billing. Great finish again from McDonnell. And it's desperation time. He's cut as well now, Stuart Hall. There's a cut over the right eye, nothing serious. But both of them now into 3 figures for punches landed.
When this last round we've won the fight.
McDonnell's been the busier.
He's got to come out sitting a bust in his shoe. Alright.
Have the last word every time they exchange.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, a massive effort from Stuart Hall there, but maybe not the accuracy that's required to turn things around. And he's the one now who's been shaken by the punches when earlier in the fight it was the other way around.
Okay, nice and
I
sharp.
got the impression, Jim, and I'd love to hear what Jamie McDonnell says if he does win this fight, that somewhere around round 5, McDonnell found that he'd taken Hall's good stuff and thought, I can do this, I can absorb the big shots, I'm okay now. And it's been his fight ever since.
Yeah, but there's only about the halfway stage that he stood his ground, and he was the first to step back into the breach again.
Well, you might have heard Mike Marsden in the corner of Stuart Hall saying to his man, you win this, you win the fight.
Well, I have the 4 points up now for McDonnell.
And I'm not going to disagree with that.
Just doing that little bit more. I don't know that Stuart Hall could have done any better than he's done here. I don't know if he'll agree with that or not. But I always felt the work rate made McDonnell the favourite, and the experience over the 12-round distance.
There's just a touch of class about him, and that's no disrespect made to Stuart Hall at all. There's just a little bit of quality about Jamie McDonnell. That if plan A isn't working, that he can find plan B and plan C. I'm not sure that Stuart Hall had anything much more beyond coming forward and landing the big right hand and hoping to slow his man down.
Good work from McDonnell again. Good defensive work too. Right hand from him. I mean, it's desperation stuff now from Stuart Hall.
I think another cut might have opened up as well. Over the other eye this time, just a small one. It's not going to affect anything. But all McDonnell has to do, according to Jim's scorecard, is stay clean in this round, and he's going to regain his British bantamweight belt.
Digging in a good body shot there, the head shot too for McDonnell. He's the one producing the quality.
Hall giving it everything he's got.
I mean, there have been rounds when Hall has put a lot of work in, maybe not found the accuracy. And here he is, pouring it on again, but just not pinning McDonnell down.
And we get down to the last minute of what's been a brilliant fight, a credit to both boxers. 3 belts on the line, and they put themselves on the line tonight. Great shots again from McDonnell, who looks determined to finish with a flourish as well. But he doesn't want to get drawn into anything silly. But look at this.
Tremendous stuff. That's quality stuff from Jamie McDonnell. That is championship boxing.
Absolutely. If there was any doubt, surely it's now been erased. He is finishing like a champion. That's a decent combination from Hall.
Yeah, just a little reminder from Hall, but I mean, that was the best burst of quality we've had in the 12 rounds from McDonnell. That was terrific stuff, and he's looking stronger. He's pushing Hall back.
I think Hall's out of time. And Jamie McDonnell really has asserted his class on this bantamweight triple belt title fight. A great battle, but it's the hometown fans from Doncaster that are cheering, and I don't think it's going to be a happy honeymoon. But it goes to the judges.
Well, I think both corners' faces tell the story. I mean, Stuart Hall is putting his hands up. He knows he's put up a terrific show. But the McDonnell corner are 100% confident that the 3 titles go home with Jamie. Terrific battle. Every bit as good as we hoped and expected it would be.
Before we all get excited and take this fella's British belt off him, let's not forget that back in January 2010, in fact we'll come back to that, let's have a little reminder of what we've just seen here, Jim.
Well, we knew Hall had to make an early impression. He had to get his power, showed Jamie that the power as soon as he possibly could. Put a lot in to the opening rounds. Started well, kept things tight. I mean, right up to the halfway stage, it was nip and tuck. He was producing work as good as anything that Jamie McDonnell produced. The more solid punches were coming from Hall, and the exchanges, McDonnell was the one who wanted to cover up and step out of it, whereas the momentum was with Stuart Hall. Around about the halfway stage, 7th round, suddenly McDonnell was able to take the punches of Stuart Hall, stand his ground and blast back again. Then he started taking the initiative. Then we started seeing a bit of imagination, uppercuts and hooks, and real tenacity and everything that was coming from Jamie McDonnell, showing true championship class. He's famous for coming on strong in the last third of a 12 rounder, and he did that again tonight. Nothing that Stuart Hall could do, and he did plenty tonight. He gave it everything, could subdue young Jamie McDonnell. A tremendous battle. Congratulations to both men, but the titles for me all go home with Jamie McDonnell.
Yeah, and I think that is the consensus at ringside as well. But we will find out when we join our MC, because there's 3 judges, and they're the only people that count. Here with the cards, our MC Gary Logan.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 pulsating rounds of boxing, we go to your judges' scorecards, where Howard Foster scores it 115 points to 113. John Keane scores it 116 to 114. And Phil Edwards scores it 116 to 113. All in favour of your winner and British, Commonwealth and European champion, from Doncaster, Jamie McDonnell.
The Doncaster Dome erupts.